Greetings, Hive. Hope you all are doing well today. It is day 40 of the 90-day challenge that I'm doing to start off the year. But yes, welcome in. It is Friday, the 13th, and I hope you all had a wonderful day. Hopefully, you don't believe in too much superstition, but yeah, hopefully, you all had a wonderful TGIF. It is our enhancement day, so we announced the changes that we are going to be making, whether it's adding some stuff or removing some stuff. This is for a heads up for when we start to apply these things on Monday. So you have the buffer zone, the Saturdays, Sundays to plan ahead for when the changes will be implemented. So we'll get started right away with that. Don't want to stay extend this as long. It's a little bit late for me. I got off my stream just a few minutes ago, so just having fun with my community on Twitch. So hopefully, yeah, thank you for those who are watching on the other platforms of Facebook and YouTube. Thank you so much for your patience, and hopefully, yeah, hopefully, hopefully you receive this message either tonight or maybe tomorrow morning, so you can get started with your planning. So once again, just a reminder that the first 5 weeks during this challenge was just building the foundation, right? Foundation to definitely stand on and be able to now have that confidence to move forward and just build and sculpt ourselves and reach our goal, right? So the foundation has been set with our 5 weeks that have passed, with adding more water on week 1, adding more water up to 6 to 8 glasses of water, implementing a breathing exercise, and having that inner dialogue when it comes to food choices, our expectations that we may receive from those choices, and also at the same time having those food choices, and then 30 minutes later, how it really makes us feel, right? So if it's good, great. If it doesn't make you feel, then it's something to consider, right? Having that third person point of view, and just going back and forth, observing those conversations between your food angel and your food devil, right? So yes, that was the week 1, and then week 2, adding more fruits and adding more vegetables to get more nutrients in, right? And not eliminate, as I said, these first 2 months I never mentioned of taking something out. Most important for us is to eat, right? And but at the same time, just make sure we're having that conversation when it comes to food choices, right? And our expectations with it, right? So those first 2 weeks. Then the next one, that's when we start doing the eliminations. First elimination on week number 3 is removing refined sugar. But at the same time now replacing that with more fruits. So upping our fruit intake, right? To hopefully wean off refined sugars and just go with natural sugars. Now week 4, right? Week 4, now we eliminate a couple more things, right? So week 4, we're eliminating week 4 we're eliminating milk milk and dairy products, right? And then also we are also removing junk sugars, basically, aka foods that convert to sugars or glucose, right? Which are breads, rice, pasta, and white potatoes. So that was week number 4, right? Week number 5, we basically remove things that are not related to food per se, but we're wanting the body to crave something else, and we're wanting the body to and mind and soul to crave optimal health. Making our bodies a strong vessel to do what we want to do, right, and love to do. So we were removing, right, processed food. So basically any food that you can't read the ingredients on because it's filled with additives, sugars and sweeteners, and just holds a lot of things that you can't pronounce. So you can't pronounce the ingredients from the back of the box or packaging, and that needs to go, right? And once again, it's just for the challenge, right? And then obviously next that we're eliminating in week number 4 is nicotine and tobacco. And it's like, oh, I thought this is food related stuff. Well, yes, we are focusing on nutrition, but at the same time we are aiming for optimal health, right? Just to feel energized, feel healthy. So definitely just removing the stuff for the meantime of the challenge, right? And then also with alongside with that is also removing alcohol, right? And it might be a challenging for a lot of you, especially on the weekends or Friday weekends where you're off work and you want to unwind and relax and just enjoy company with friends and families or colleagues, right? So it's it's a social tool, right? So it may be tough for any of you who are having that, especially for gatherings, right? So, and then lastly, we are also removing, and this is going to be where you guys probably throw something at the screen. It's like, no, I can't let that go. It is part of my daily activities, right? So, but once again, optimal health, and this is definitely affects our sleeping patterns, right? So, or our ability to reach REM sleep, deep sleep, right? So that is removing caffeine. And once again, a lot of these are only temporary. It's just we're trying to reach our goal here, and obviously, here's where all the viewers just log off, right? So definitely it's going to be a challenge, but once again, once the body craves that, especially we did the work. We started the work of bringing in more nutrients in, right? So that that part makes it a lot easier, right, to get that optimal health, right? So that's week 4, and then week 5, right? Week 5 was, or did I say that was week 4? I'm trying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my goodness, this is funny. But yeah, just say that oh my goodness, what was week number 5? Okay, hold on. Yeah, well, I think a pro streamer here, right? Water, and well, this is the thing. You go through this a lot. You tend to forget. And once again, it's funny that you remember the first few weeks, and then the week that's just almost right after, you tend to forget, right? So it's funny. So Let me have a peek here. Just maybe I might refresh my memories here with my notes. Let's see. Week number 5 here. So week 1, water and air and inner dialogue. Week number 2 was fruits and vegetables. Week number 3, removing salt, sugar, refined sugar, and upping our fruits. Week number 4, removing junk sugars, rice, potatoes, pasta, and breads. Is week number 4, right? And then week number 5. Yeah, okay, yeah, I was talking about week number 5. I just finished talking about week number 5. So week number 6 was, once again, first 5 weeks foundations. Now week number 6 is where we talk about, seasons. And now we're talking about, the spring season, right, of this program. And this is where, we're letting the body know that winter's over. We don't need to slowly hold on to our stored fats and rationing it to last us for the entirety of the winter season. So we're letting the body know that winter's over, it's spring, foods in abundance with certain proteins and whatnot and fat. Definitely great to mimic intermittent fasting with this, right? So week number 6, this week that we were on, we removed the fruits. So usually fruits come right after or right before winter. So that is a signal that our body uses to remind us that it might be winter around the corner. We need to store as much as we can because we don't know how long winter will last, or we'll just say we'll be hibernating and rely on our inner storage to get us through winter, right? So that's week number 6. And once again, yes, this is first week of building the walls. So the enhancements there, we will remain the same as week number 6. So this week's number 7 is going to be the same. So now we're building the walls. So we'll just technically say, this is week 1 of spring of the spring season. Now we are heading into week 2. So basically it's a carryover of week 6, and we'll be doing that until we reach our goal. So this will probably last us probably up to 5 weeks, right? So 4 to 5 weeks. So it depends on your goal, because each one of us are different in different stages of our health journey, right? There's probably a lot of us that might need to lose a lot more. There might be a little bit of us who want to be more healthy, and then there might be a little of us who just just those last stubborn, last 5 to 10 pounds, right? So that's each one of us will be different. So definitely, once again, stay true for these next few weeks. There might not be, once again, a lot of changes, but once again, we are building the walls on the foundations that we did for the first 5 weeks, and from there, we just keep going until we reach that goal, right? But once again, we won't stay in the spring season too long. We want to just remind you that it's important to have varieties, and don't get too stuck with a certain style, right? Because it's definitely not. It's going to be hard to be sustainable when obviously our body craves variety. So we need to address that hunger as well, just to make sure that we stay true to the overall goal of finding optimal health. All right, I won't stay too long. Once again, it is 10 o'clock already. I am about hour to 2 hours past my usually sleeping schedule, so definitely need to get some rest here. Once again, thanks to everyone who are continuing to pour love and support. This has definitely not been easy this week because of it being his birthday, and really appreciate all the wonderful comments and just reaching out. It means a lot, and it's really tough. So as always, I'm thankful for the prayers and support that you give to both my eldest son and my wife, because it's that relationship between those two. And I'm not saying that I'm not part of this, of that. I am, right, but I definitely need to stay as calm and stress free as I'm trying to address my health as well, right? So definitely, once again, it's part of as well, staying healthy, and especially with this spring season, you gotta avoid having stressful situations, because your body's gonna hold on to that, thinking that we're trying to run away from a predator, right? So we need to stay well hydrated, have that breathing exercise, and most important, we're not supposed to be starving in this plan. Yes, there's going to be restrictions, right? But hence we are replacing those restricted foods with more healthier options. So we're not just completely can't eat the stuff and good luck. No, we can eat the stuff, but we're replacing it with nutrient dense food like vegetables, high quality proteins, right? Just we're just at the moment removing the fruit parts, just so that we don't signal our body that we need to store. So we're gonna be spending these next 5 or so weeks to releasing all the extra baggage that we are carrying, right? So, but if we have these little things that in our current lifestyle, right, then it's gonna be really hard and a slower process to flip that switch to releasing all our storage, right? All right, once again, thank you so much. I am getting as you guys can see, I'm getting a little drowsy, and I still have work tomorrow or in the next 7 hours, so I definitely need to get some rest and get some meditation, just to get to sleep a lot faster, get to delta REM sleep faster, and definitely helps a lot with not consuming any caffeine, right? And practicing your mind to with the meditation to fall faster to sleep. But once again, this is being streamed on 3 different platforms: Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Feel free to subscribe and follow whichever platform you're watching from. Feel free to give the thumbs up or like if this has been beneficial to any of you, right? And as hit those notifications to be updated when I go live. And once again, feel free to scan the QR code that leads to my website, and it's still a work in progress, but I'm hoping to give you guys some free materials to just definitely aid you on your journey to optimal health. So feel free to scan that. Once again, thank you so much for joining me, and as always, continue to raise your environment so that you can raise yourself to be the better version of yourself each day, and so that with that you'll be able to create an impact for your own your own environment, which are your friends, your families, your colleagues, your community, right? The simple, wonderful gesture or reaching out and calling a friend you haven't seen or a loved one that you haven't talked to for a long time will probably be enough to ignite someone to, you know, do something positive, right? And pay it forward. So you can just, once again, that's just, tipping the domino over and, hitting the next thing until, imagine you'll be, your one thing can reach, 10 lives, right? 3 lives, 10 lives. So just definitely pay it forward. All right. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I am going to head to bed now, and I wish you all a wonderful rest of your evening. And for here up in Canada, I wish everyone a wonderful family day, a long weekend. And to my community on Twitch, I wish you all a wonderful President's Day weekend. Take good care. Thankful to have you all here, and we'll catch each other again tomorrow.